Well, this week we also got housing, right? Housing, especially here in the States, is a big component of the economy. So housings is slowing down, right? You can see here, this is housing starts and permits. So housing starts is how many new homes are starting to be built. Permits are how many permits are being built in order to build new homes. And you can see here that both of those numbers are actually moderating a little bit. Starts is a little bit higher than expected, but a little bit less than last month, whereas permits, they're actually less than we expected and definitely less from last month. That means that, the housing is slowing, but it's not slowing considerably. And then you look at let me see if I can find it here. This is the existing home sales that was also released, and that's pulling back. In fact, a lot of people say that at the end of the pandemic or even towards the end of the pandemic that we were getting a housing bubble. Well, this is showing that a lot of this is compressing and maybe not dangerously so. So that's good news. It's slowing, but not slowing that we have to get scared about it. But then the other component is just this morning we got our PMI, and the PMI is a kind of a measurement where anything above 50 means growth, anything below 50 means kind of contraction or shrinking. And so you can see in these numbers that the PMI is above 50. That means services are growing, manufacturing's growing. Last month we actually saw that manufacturing had been compressing or shrinking a little bit. So we have manufacturing growing, which is not a bad thing. Services growing, but all of that points to the fact that the Fed might be not happy with, things growing. The Fed wants to kind of slow things down. So for the next policy moves, we'll probably see some Fed tightening. We know that we're seeing the Fed starting to sell those bonds again, right? After kind of rescuing those banks with a whole bunch of bond buys, they've been on this path to sell them again. I mean, man, with the bank rescue a couple months ago, they increased their balance sheet by almost $400 billion. And that just blows my mind when I think about the billions that the Fed prints off. They've already sopped up about 150 billion. So they're trying to get back to where they were and then go even further.